Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive into AI.
Uh,
More specifically, we're going to be looking at some of the really exciting AI advancements that are kind of making waves right now.
right.
Everyone's always talking about AI taking over the world.
hmm
And, while that's definitely something to consider, I think there's something much more exciting to focus on,
Yeah,
which is AI's potential to solve real-world problems.
absolutely.
And we're already seeing this happening
Yeah.
in incredible ways, like in cybersecurity and drug discovery, and even predicting the weather.
It's true. It really is remarkable to see how AI is going from these basic algorithms to these complex systems that can handle these really difficult problems.
Hmm.
And what's even more exciting is that we're starting to see these real-world applications.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
can really have a huge impact on all our lives.
absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so let's start with something that I think is super relevant to everyone, cybersecurity.
Okay.
Imagine if your computer could, predict and prevent cyber attacks
Wow.
before they even happen. And that's what this new AI system called CyberShield 3.0 is promising.
Interesting.
They're saying it has a 99% accuracy rate in predicting cyber threats.
99%.
Wow. I know, it's kind of crazy.
Uh-huh.
So how does that even work?
Well, CyberShield 3.0 uses this thing called deep learning, and it's basically a type of machine learning, but the algorithms are kind of inspired by the way the human brain works.
Okay.
And so what it does is it sifts through tons and tons of data, learning how to identify patterns and anything that seems off,
Right.
that could signal a potential cyber attack. And the key here is the amount of data that it can analyze.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all the cyber attacks that have already happened. This system is learning from each one,
Oh, wow.
constantly getting better at spotting and predicting future threats.
That's wild. So it's basically like having this super smart digital detective
Mm-hmm.
working 24/7 to protect your data. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
businesses, critical infrastructure, anyone could benefit from this kind of protection.
Absolutely. This level of prediction could completely change how we approach cybersecurity.
Yeah,
But, with any powerful technology, we also need to think about the implications.
of course.
I mean, for example, to be that accurate, CyberShield 3.0 probably needs access to a lot of data, right?
Hmm.
Which raises some questions about privacy and data security.
For sure. That's a really important point. It's like this constant push and pull between security and privacy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a conversation that's only going to get more important as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely.
But let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's, I think, offering a lot of hope, AI in healthcare.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how AI is being used to speed up drug discovery and develop personalized treatments.
It really is. There's so much potential there. One really great example is this new compound they developed to treat a rare cancer. They actually used an AI model to do it.
Wow.
And this model, it was trained on these huge data sets of molecular structures and patient data,
Okay.
and it could basically run endless simulations of different drug interactions. And the result was this amazing discovery that could really help people with this specific cancer.
That's incredible. It's like cutting drug discovery time in half, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you wonder how many other life-saving treatments are out there
Right.
just waiting to be discovered with AI.
Well, and it's not just about speed either. Think about a world where treatments are actually tailored to your unique genetic makeup.
Oh, wow.
That's the promise of personalized medicine, and AI is making it possible.
Yeah.
By analyzing someone's genes, lifestyle, medical history,
Mhm.
AI can actually help doctors create these super targeted treatment plans that are way more effective.
That's the future right there. Okay, but let's zoom out for a second and talk about climate change, which obviously affects everyone on the planet.
For sure.
And as the effects of climate change become more and more unpredictable, being able to accurately predict these events is absolutely crucial.
Right.
And guess what? There's an AI for that too.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called ClimateCast.
ClimateCast?
And it's this really sophisticated AI model
Okay.
that can predict climate events with its incredible detail.
Wow.
And so it takes in massive amounts of data, historical weather patterns, real-time atmospheric conditions, even satellite imagery.
So it's getting information from everywhere.
Yeah, and this allows it to project the intensity and the path of hurricanes, heat waves, floods
Wow.
with amazing precision.
It's like having a crystal ball for the planet's weather.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This type of forecasting could be so important for preparing for and dealing with disasters.
Absolutely.
We could actually save lives and resources by being able to anticipate these events more accurately.
Thinking about it, the impact on disaster preparedness could be huge. Like,
Hmm.
imagine coastal communities being able to prepare for rising sea levels,
Right.
or areas that are prone to droughts getting early warning so they can conserve water.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's clear that AI is becoming a key player in addressing climate change.
Absolutely. And this is just the beginning. As AI technology keeps getting better, we can expect to see even more innovative ways to use it in the fight against climate change.
So we've talked about how AI is revolutionizing cybersecurity,
Mm-hmm.
accelerating drug discovery, and helping us predict climate events.
Mm.
But, like, what does all this mean for us? What's the big picture here?
Well, I think these advancements are truly remarkable. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But we have to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's up to us to decide how we use it.
Right.
We need to be responsible and make sure that AI is used ethically and for the benefit of everyone.
That's such a crucial point.
Yeah.
It's easy to get swept up in all the amazing things AI can do
Right.
and kind of forget about the potential downsides.
Right.
I think it's so important to be critical. Ask Joan, ask the tough questions, and demand transparency.
Absolutely. We have to make sure that AI is developed and used responsibly.
Mhm.
And that means having safeguards to prevent misuse and bias.
Yeah.
And it requires collaboration not just between computer scientists, but ethicists, social scientists, policymakers, everyone.
Everyone needs to be at the table, right?
Mm.
It's funny because AI is often portrayed as this like separate entity, this almost like force of nature that's outside of our control.
Right.
But in reality, AI is a product of human ingenuity. It's a tool that we're creating and shaping.
Absolutely. And that means the future of AI isn't set in stone.
Right.
We're creating that future through the choices we make, the investments we make, the rules we put in place.
So what can the average person do to actually have a say in how AI develops?
Mhm.
Because it can feel really overwhelming, like it's something that only tech giants and governments can influence.
Yeah, I get that. But there are ways to get involved. The first step is staying informed.
Okay.
Read about what's happening in AI, follow the experts, talk about it online and with your friends and family.
Right.
Support organizations that are fighting for responsible AI development and use.
Knowledge is power, right?
Exactly. The more we understand about AI, the better choices we can make about how it fits into our lives.
Totally. And I think a lot of people feel like their voice doesn't matter. But
No, but it really does.
it does. You can contact your elected officials, tell them what you think.
Yeah.
Advocate for policies that promote ethical AI development. Support companies that are doing things the right way.
That's so empowering to think that we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
I think so too.
It's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the values we embed in it
Yeah.
and the choices we make about how it's used.
It's about making sure that AI is serving humanity,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah.
And that takes all of us working together.
Okay, so we've talked about the incredible potential of AI in cybersecurity, drug discovery, and climate modeling. But I'm curious, what other real-world problems do you see AI helping us solve in the future? What else is out there?
Oh, there are so many possibilities. I mean, think about education, where AI could create personalized learning experiences for every student,
Wow.
or transportation with self-driving vehicles, improving safety and efficiency.
AI could even help us tackle global poverty by figuring out the best ways to distribute resources and build more equitable systems.
That's amazing. It feels like we're just at the very beginning of understanding what AI can do.
We are. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And we're constantly finding new ways to use AI. And as the technology keeps getting better,
Yeah.
we're going to see even more incredible advancements in the coming years.
It's definitely both exhilarating and a little bit daunting to think about how much AI could change the world. But I'm optimistic that we can use this power for good.
I am too. We have a chance to create a future where AI helps us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges
Yeah.
and build a more just and sustainable world.
And it all comes down to making the right choices
Yes.
and making sure that AI is developed and used ethically.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're like right on the edge of this huge technological revolution with AI. And it's really up to us to figure out how to use it and,
Yeah.
make sure it goes in the right direction.
It really does feel like we're at a crossroads. Like we could use AI to do so much good, tackle these huge problems and make people's lives better.
Right.
Or we could let it just make things worse,
Right.
make inequality even worse and create a bunch of new problems.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important that we're not just,
Yeah.
sitting back and watching this happen.
Right.
We need to be actively involved in shaping how AI develops.
Totally. And that means having these tough conversations about the good and the bad, the ethical stuff, the impact it's going to have on society.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff AI can do
Right.
that we kind of forget to think about the potential downsides.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important to be critical, ask those tough questions and demand transparency.
100%. We have to make sure that AI is developed and used responsibly.
Yeah.
And that means putting safeguards in place so that it's not misused or biased.
Right.
And that takes a lot of collaboration, not just from computer scientists, but, like people who study ethics and society policymakers, regular people. Everyone needs to be a part of this.
Yeah. Everyone needs to have a seat at the table. You know what I find really interesting is that AI is often presented as this, separate thing.
Right.
Like it's some kind of force of nature that we have no control over.
It's like this mysterious force.
Right. Exactly. But that's not really true, is it?
Not at all.
I mean, AI is a product of human ingenuity.
It is.
We're the ones creating it. We're the ones shaping it.
Exactly. And that's actually a really important point because it means that the future of AI isn't predetermined.
Right.
We're actually creating that future right now with every choice we make, every investment, every rule we put in place.
Okay, so that leads to my next question. What can the average person actually do to have a say in how AI develops? Because honestly, it can feel really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like it's something that's only in the hands of huge tech companies and governments.
I totally get that. But there are things you can do.
Yeah.
The first thing is just to stay informed, read up on what's happening in AI, follow the experts, talk about it with people you know, support organizations that are pushing for responsible AI development,
Right.
that kind of thing.
So knowledge is power, basically.
Exactly. The more we understand about AI, the better equipped we are to make good decisions about,
Yeah,
how it fits into our lives.
absolutely. And I think it's easy for people to feel like their voice doesn't really matter in all of this, but
Oh, no.
it totally does.
It does. You can contact your elected officials and let them know what you think.
Yeah.
Push for policies that support ethical AI development. You can even support companies that are doing AI the right way.
It's pretty amazing to think that we all have a part to play in shaping the future of AI.
I think so, too.
It's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the values that we build into it
Yeah.
and how we choose to use it.
It's about making sure that AI is serving humanity, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And to do that, we all need to be involved.
Okay, so we've been talking about the potential of AI in cybersecurity, drug discovery, and climate modeling. But I'm curious, what other kinds of problems do you see AI helping us solve in the future? What are you excited about?
Oh, there's so many possibilities. I mean, think about education.
Yeah.
We could use AI to create personalized learning for every single student.
Wow.
Or transportation with self-driving cars, making things safer and more efficient.
Yeah.
We could even use AI to tackle global poverty
Wow.
by optimizing how resources are distributed and creating fairer systems.
It's mind-blowing to think about how much potential AI has. It feels like we're just scratching the surface.
We really are. And the exciting thing is that we're finding new ways to use AI all the time.
Yeah.
And as the technology keeps evolving, we're going to see some truly groundbreaking stuff in the next few years.
It's definitely both exciting and a little bit scary to think about how much AI could change the world. But overall, I'm optimistic. I think we can use this power for good.
Me too. I think we have a real chance to create a future where AI helps us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges and create a more just and sustainable world.
It really all comes down to making conscious choices
Yes.
and making sure AI is developed and used in an ethical way.
Wow.
It's been amazing talking about all these AI advancements with you. It's really got me thinking about the future. What stood out to you as the most impactful AI application so far?
Oh, man. It's really tough to pick just one. Each application has this incredible potential, like AI changing the game in cybersecurity, speeding up drug discovery, totally transforming how we understand and predict the climate. It's all remarkable. But I think what's even more fascinating is how these different areas, they seem so separate, but they're actually connected by AI.
That's a really good point. It kind of shows how AI isn't just about these individual advancements. It's really changing the way we solve problems across the board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's this powerful tool that lets us look at these massive amounts of data, find patterns, and make predictions that we could never do before. And this has huge implications for pretty much everything.
It's true. It's both super exciting and a little overwhelming to think about how much AI could change things.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the edge of something totally new where technology and human creativity are going to combine and reshape the world.
Yeah, it's an era full of opportunity, but also challenges. Like we talked about, we got to be responsible with AI development and make sure it matches our values,
Totally.
and that it's used to create a better future for everyone.
Definitely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, is there one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing to remember is that the future of AI isn't set in stone. We're actually shaping that future right now
Yeah.
with every choice we make.
Right.
So stay informed, keep talking about AI and advocate for responsible AI development. Your voice really does make a difference. We can all work together to ensure that AI is a force for good in the world.
Well said. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. I hope you all learned something new and that you're as excited about the future of AI as we are. Remember, this AI revolution is happening right now, and we all have a part to play in shaping where it goes. Thanks for listening.